all the waterworks telling your followers you went through a breakup. That rundown makeup's a good facade for where you went wrong. You lied all along. Cause you're not sorry, you fucked up. Don't call me, just shut up. Just like you, my middle finger stuck up. I don't hate you, it's just not love. Somebody's gotta hold you responsible. When everything you're doing's illogical, you're not sorry, you fucked up. And it's been more than the only thing that's right about you is that stupid lipstick. In every love story you were antagonistic. I would bully you and you would push me for some more. It's time to even the score. You fall forward fast, get whiplash, then it's two steps back. You dip fast, I was entertainment on the days that you were bored. And then you'd head for the door. Get on the gram when there's tension, edit every dimension, rubbing every mention. But let me just mention that when it all fades, you're gonna end up alone. And I won't answer the phone. Cause you're not sorry, you fucked up. Don't call me, just shut up. Just like you, my middle finger stuck up. I don't hate you, it's just tough love. Somebody's gotta hold you responsible. When everything you're doing's illogical, you're not sorry, you fucked up. And it's been more than enough. Attention or wanting my pension board, and I wonder what I got the hypertension for. Every time I'm high, guarantee you that you're the crash site. The match strikes every time you throw me the gaslight. Your hunger for it only adds to thirst. You're the best to be you, and it's the fucking worst. There's no future with you, not even a present or past life. Any relationship with you was destined to capsize. Cause everything that you'd say to me would always be make-believe. It's your biggest secret and you couldn't keep it. And now the problem's for somebody else. I'll see you in hell. Cause you're not sorry, you fucked up. Don't call me, just shut up. Just like you, my middle finger stuck up. I don't hate you, it's just not love. Somebody's gotta hold you responsible. When everything you do is illogical, you're not sorry, you fucked up. And it's been more than enough. Cause you're not sorry, you
Well, hello, my wonderful hive, and welcome to my pre-recorded video. I'm very excited for this one. This one is been a long time in the making, and I think it's necessary, and it might be full of a couple unpopular opinions, but in this instance right here, I'm just out here to put out some facts. And yeah, that's where we're at with this, because this needs to happen. This needs to happen. And yeah, so before I get ahead of myself here, make sure to hit that thumbs up. That really helps me get into the algorithm. It helps my channel. It's a really easy thing for you to do that helps me out tremendously. And I appreciate each and every one of you that takes that time to hit that thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that red button right now. I don't know why you haven't done it already. I'm low-key judging you through the screen. That's right. See my eyes there? I can see you. Hit that subscribe button and that like button. Do it now. All right, cool. So, I'm not sure how many of you caught Lycan's live last night. So he did a really excellent live where he kind of exposed something that's been going on, that he's not the only one in the community that's happened to. And I'm here to talk about a whole bunch of different people that it's happened to, and show some receipts, because yeah, I've been, when somebody, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's start off with what Lycan's been dealing with. So for those of you who don't know, and this is going to be the only live I do to address this. So for this person, I know that they are going to love that I do this, because they are going to use me using their name as an opportunity to claim that I'm harassing them or all of these other things. And I've been through this with this person before, and I told myself that I wasn't going to get involved again because of what happened last time. And what happened last time, no person should have to deal with. And I got easy but compared to some what other people got. So, I mean, like that, we're going to talk about that too. But you know what? Then I realized, I was like, you know what? If I stay silent, I'm just letting them win. I'm letting them know that that communicates to them that they can behave like this all they want. And because people don't want to speak out because they don't want to deal with it, nobody's going to say anything. That's dysfunctional. And I'm not fucking doing that anymore. So have at it. Okay. Nothing about this live is going to be at all harassing or it's your words. You said it. You said it. Right? I'm just showing it. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with doing that. And I would be more than happy for YouTube, make YouTube very much aware of this live. I will send it to them myself. Like there's going to be nothing in here that is at all harassing in any way, shape, or form. That is not my intention. I don't stand for that. I don't like people harassing people. Hence why I'm doing this live. So, but draw attention to yourself. That's fine. But here's the thing. So yes, we're here to talk about Loofah. Yep, the sponge in the room. Yep. And I know that, like I said, my saying this, I'm going to open myself up to obsessive videos and community posts and probably my name being put on Twitter and blah, 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 and try and take my channel down and because of claimed harassment. And, but like, let's be clear. I've gone through this with her before. This is a woman who claimed that, and most of you have known me here long enough to know that, like, I'm pretty sure if there was anybody that like wouldn't do these things, I think people would be like, wow, I'm pretty sure Emma doesn't threaten people's lives. Would never do that. That's silly. So apparently I threatened her life, and apparently I'll show you all the things but I wanted to start off talking about what she's been doing to Lycan. And then I'm also going to move on to what she did to Granny's Watching, because like her or not, because I know that a lot of the audience that I have watching me now don't like her. And I think people know where I stand on my opinion with her, because I'm not going to just get over what was done to me. Not going to happen. That's taken things a little too far. And because I know that she lies, because she's lied about me. So, and I know that. So, but I am going to back her up on this particular issue because I have documentation of it. And what she did to Granny's Watching is disgusting. And I saw, somebody sent it to me today because they know I'm gathering evidence here, because I'm doing things the right way. So I think Granny posted on a community thing. I think it was a community page. I have the screenshot somewhere that, but basically she posted a screenshot of her call records. And this is exactly what happened the last time that she spoke out. And I'm assuming it was about Loofah because this is exactly what happened last time she called Loofah out. So this behavior is not new. There have been, and I will confirm this. So I know that's why I'm doing this here, because I know that there's, some people that watch me don't trust what Granny says, which is completely acceptable, because neither do I. But I will say that I was in part of that community during this time, and we did talk about it privately, and she's not lying about this. This is not lying. Loofah has harassed her tremendously in ways that nobody should have to be harassed. Now, Lycan is on the receiving end of that now. So we're going to go into about Granny's Watching in a little bit, but I just wanted to say that straight up, because I know some people were a little off put. They're like, why are you defending her? I'm not defending her. But if something happened in history, I'd be a liar to say it didn't happen, right? If I know otherwise. So, and I also wanted to say that I appreciate, now, how do I put this? So, Granny did a live yesterday, and while a lot of it was stuff that, like, there was one part of it that I want to commend her for, just one, and that is the fact that she said that, do I have the thing? Because I want it to come out of her. I don't want to misquote her here. Do I have it? I don't know if I recorded it yesterday. Let me find it, guys. Hold on, because I'd like it if she said it herself. But I do commend her for this. I think that this is, I appreciate that she said this. Wait, crap. Hold on, guys. Bear with me, technical difficulties. And I figured I had to come on here and do this now, because like I said, I always want to come on and talk, and like I have so much to say, but by the time I actually have time to sit down and say it, I'm like emotionally drained, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But here I am. We're going to do this because this needs to happen. So let me just make sure this is the right quote.
Loofah.
Yeah, it is Loofah. Okay. All right. Let's listen to what Granny says about this, because I actually appreciate that Granny said this. I respect that Granny said this, and that's about the only thing I respect about yesterday's live. But not gonna lie, I mean, I was very curious to see how that played out with the two of them specifically. Not so much her, but how Loofah handled it, because Loofah made some really serious accusations against Granny, like really serious accusations. And if she was to go back to support, I was gonna like I was gonna say I have so much to say about that, because like I mean, I don't know what proves you're a huge liar other than, saying that somebody is the things she said about Granny, and I don't even want to repeat some of it on here. I mean, I have to say a couple of them, but a lot of it is just dangerous stuff, just like she's doing to Lycan. And just like she's doing to Lycan, it's sexual harassment. So, I mean, both of them have been now harassed in that way by Loofah. But yeah, so I was very interested to see how that went down, because like, if you claim somebody's done all those things and then you go back to supporting them, pretty much that, I'm pretty sure that says everything that anybody needs to know about the validity of your claims. But we all know, I think anybody with a brain knows that, Granny, I mean, Granny does some really, really shitty things. Granny's not the nicest person. Granny's not the best person. I can certainly attest to that, but Granny's not, Granny didn't do this. All right. Like, and I'm not going to just, pretend or not say it at all because I don't like her. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to say that I'm, don't do that sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to draw. But I do think it's important in this case to bring up what Loofah has done to Granny, because it's pretty serious. So let's hear what Granny says about it.
With Loofah. You sure can, chicken friend. And that's fine. But in my personal experience with her, she will fabricate a fucking lie. She will scream she's being harassed when she's not. She will make up rumors about you. She'll make up lies about you, and she'll create a victimhood. Okay? I personally don't believe the emails. You guys can believe it, but I've had her do the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just be mindful while we are encouraging or liking somebody off the basis they're going after somebody we don't. That wrong is still wrong.
Honestly, that's probably one of the smartest things Granny has ever said. So I truly commend her for that. Because it's very easy to not say something because it's being done to someone you don't like. So thank you, Jess, for saying that, because she's absolutely right. She knows how this works, and she's had it happen to her. And I know that there was like some theories going around, and I didn't want to like go in the chat and just take it over because I have so much to say, and I can't even like communicate well in the chat, because like it gives you that limit of how many like characters you can use, and like or letters or whatever the word is for that. So I figured I'd just come on here and do it instead, right? So I wanted to say a bunch, but I know that some people were saying like who they think might have sent those emails or whatever. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I'm not going to say that like people don't send shitty emails on here, because they absolutely do. You should read some of the ones I've gotten. In fact, maybe we should pull some of those up. I've done that in other, like there's, let me read one of them to you guys real quick. This one I actually framed because I think it's hilarious. So if they were, I got this one back in, I think, February. Hold on, guys. I really should be more prepared, shouldn't I? Dun, dun, dun. So I'm not going to say people don't send shitty emails. I mean, I certainly get quite a bit of them, especially these days. But that's okay, because I just ignore it. I get it. Let's see. Oh, I forgot I had that one. I don't think I ever shared that one, and I should have, because yeah, okay. Dude, I know I took a screenshot of this. I know I did. Do not make me go into this. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I really need to find this though. So I'll just babble. Well, I look for this because I really, really, really would like to find it. There is no way that this was a long time ago that I screenshot. There is no way. I feel like I did this yesterday. Now, I also have some video clips that I might share depending on where we go with this. But I have one particular screenshot that's kind of going to be the basis of my point here. And I mean, you guys can all have your opinions on what you think. And I very much can show receipts for what I'm saying here. I'm very confident in what I'm saying here. And like I said, nobody here is harassing. I am simply pointing out the harassment that's being done to other people, including myself. Okay? So if you want to draw attention to yourself on Twitter, to YouTube, that's fine with me. That's fine with me because nobody is harassing you. So you can show YouTube. I don't delete any of my videos, right? I might private a few of them here or there because I don't like how I communicated in it. There was actually one that I did that I really didn't like how I sounded in it, but I was angry, so I privated it. But I never delete any of my videos. They're always still there. I just can't be bothered to delete my masterpieces. Call me narcissistic. No, just kidding. Sort of. But so they're all up there and YouTube can see them because you can private something all you want, but YouTube can still see it. So they're welcome to go through all of my content, and I, will be more than happy to provide them with whatever they need. So that's fine. I already know that that's gonna, be a thing. Dude, this is gonna bother me. Okay, maybe we should get into some of the content and then I'll go look for it later so people don't get bored. How about that? Does that sound like a plan to you guys? That sounds like a plan to me. So, Lycan showed a lot of receipts yesterday. And a lot of them I sent to him because I documented quite a bit of this because it got to a point where it was so obsessive. And, Jess is my friend, or was my friend, or at least I thought she was my friend. But, that's a whole other rabbit hole that we can go down at some other point in time. I think we all know how that ended. Not well. But this live isn't about Jess. Okay. It's also not defending her either. I'm just saying. But I did document a lot of it, not, because of what was happening to her. And I thought it was serious enough that I wanted to be able to document it. Now, did I get all of it? No, because let me tell you right now, guys, I have a video of me scrolling. And this was just a 2-week period, barely 2 weeks, mind you. And it is a 5-minute video of me scrolling through the videos that Loofah made within a 2-week period. There have to be over 100. All right. So you can think of how many it shows on your screen. So what, like 7 or 8 at a time? And just think of how many 5 minutes would take. And I would say 90% of them were about Granny and saying some really horrible stuff, slanderous stuff, regardless of whether, I guess, you know what? I guess slander would have to mean, I don't want to go into it because like the topics that were used they're not acceptable. So regardless of whether it's true or not, it's not okay to do that. It's sexual harassment to talk about somebody's genitals, like you're doing to Lycan as well now. So both of them actually have a solid case for that. With the sexual harassment, it's weird, it's gross, and I'm not here for it at all. So, and it was just horrible. Like in 5 minutes of it, guys. With like, just think about that. Do the math. All right. And I wish I got in the community post and it's just because I wanted to document this. So, if anybody is like, thinking about pursuing anything and they need evidence for anything, I have what I have. I don't claim to have all of it, but I certainly have more than what Lycan showed last night. Which some of it I'm going to show here because I felt like it was something that, wouldn't really so much apply to the topic that he was trying to make. I'm more all over the place. He tries to stick to a certain topic and he's better at it, way better. I have ADHD. I don't do that well. It's not my forte. And then there was some other stuff that I sent him that he didn't use, and that's okay. I have a feeling I know why, because it's video clips, or else maybe he didn't get them because sometimes my video clips don't go through for some reason. So I've debated playing those too. But if people like this video and you want to see more, and you're interested in seeing the rest of what this is, like this can be a multi-part series because my God, there's enough of it. But like I said, I'm not going to be, I'm just kidding though. This is literally the only video I'm going to do about this. So let's get into it. So many of you probably have seen the posts that have been said about Lycan. So what was said about Lycan is she is going onto Twitter and claiming that he is a member of the KKK, that he is a white supremacist, that he is being racist, and all sorts of other things based on a comment that he made a very long time ago, actually prior to when you were in his chat, and everybody knew about it because there was a video that had gone around almost the minute that he stepped foot here and pissed Natasha off by a guy that I'm actually not going to repeat his channel name because it doesn't matter, but I think many of us know what video I'm talking about, and everybody's probably seen it, so it's not like it was a secret. Okay, and he's apologized, and I believe that was genuine. I think he realizes that, you know, even though he intended it to be satire, which, by the way, guys, tomorrow night, make sure you're at his karaoke. All right, he's doing Show Tunes karaoke on, is it Cinema Snark? I hope I'm right there. I'm not sure. I think it's Cinema Snark. 99% sure, maybe. Let me make sure I'm right here because I don't want to, you know, spread dissent or misinformation or whatever the fuck. Hold on, guys. Where you at, Lycan? Yes, okay, it's going to be on Cinema Snark, and it's titled The Hangout, Show Tunes Karaoke Night, tomorrow night on January 13th, 2023 at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. I just said that. That's right, I did. Shut up, Emma. But yeah, so I intend to bring a really great example of satire for you all, and I'm very much so looking forward to my it getting clipped, and not just because of what it is, but also because I can't sing. All right, I'm very musically inclined. I'm actually a pretty talented musician. I can play guitar, bass, piano. I can read music. You know, I've been musically inclined my whole life. It's one of the only things I'm good at. Like, genuinely, like, I can take any song and I can break it down into all of its pieces. I write music. I've performed in bands, which I've been waiting for somebody to find because, you know, they like to dig on me. So, yeah, I'm giving you guys a hint. Hint, hint. Because there's one thing I've been waiting for. Like I'm saying, like, you guys aren't very good detectives. Because, like, I'm like, when I was racking my brains for things that, like, people could bring here to upset people about me, there's one thing in particular, and it would be in association with that. And I don't really mind saying it because whatever, we can, whatever. Some people might like it. But yeah, so, you know, I understand. I think people, what he's trying to say is that what he meant by it was satire. And what satire is basically what he was doing was making fun of these racist fucks who, you know what I mean? Like, he was painting them in a bad light. That was the purpose of it. It wasn't because he was supporting it or, you know, I don't know, meant any of that. Like, for him, his personal ideology, not even close. What he was doing was making fun of people who are ignorant and, you know, believe stuff like that, because unfortunately those people do exist. And that's what satire is. And I'm going to be showing you a great example of satire tomorrow night. And I am so looking forward to the reactions because, yeah, part of me, I actually told my mom about it yesterday because I ran into her on my walk because she was walking on the walking path at the same time I ran into her. And because I'm going to be driving down to New Jersey tomorrow morning. So for my grandfather's 103rd birthday. And I asked if there was anything that was going on tomorrow night that I needed to necessarily be a part of because I had some, you know, obligations here online. She obviously asked what it was. I mentioned it was karaoke, and I told her what I was going to be singing. And she was like, "Oh my God, Emma, no, no." But, you know, this is a movie I watched with my family. So there's that. And it's also a movie that the first time I ever saw it was in Hebrew school. So people, I'm going to nip that in the bud right now. But I think you guys are going to be amused, especially because I can't sing, like, at all, like, at all, at all, at all, at all. I mean, I might have to, you know, find like a nip or something, like some vodka. I don't know, something, because like singing is not my thing. But I used to be able to sing, but then I don't know what happened. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, so there's going to be that. So be there. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of what I have planned for that, and I'm sure there's going to be several other people going up there, and it'll be a good time. You might even catch me on camera. How about that? Because I'll just be bored in a hotel room, and I think I have some time to spare, you know. But yeah, so let's get into this, shall we? Let's find one of the. So basically, Loofah's been going, and she's been putting that on Twitter. So that's community. So you need to understand what that suggests. What you're speaking to is Lycan's ideology. You're saying that he is part of these groups. Now, if you were to look at the definitions of these groups, just like I looked up a definition of another group that you mentioned, Loofah, and we're going to read a whole article about it because Yikes. So you're basically that's a dangerous thing to put out there, because obviously that's going to get a reaction from people. Ain't nobody like that. Nobody. I mean, I would hope that the majority of people on this planet do not hear the words KKK or white supremacist and are like, wow, that's so cool. You know, Jamie and I are Jewish. Like, they don't like Jews, like, probably first and foremostly, actually. And that's what people like are seem to be confused about. Like, you're going to say that somebody's like a white supremacist or whatever. Well, have you ever looked into like Hitler's ideology at all? Like, have you ever looked into it? Have you ever like Googled it maybe? Or you do realize that it was the Jews that were put into concentration camps, but not only the Jews, Catholics as well. I don't know if there's like a more PC word for this at this point, so please do not get offended if there isn't. Um, but this is just like what like gypsies were also put into these camps, people who were disabled. So a whole bunch of groups that, regardless of the color of their skin, have experienced hate, especially by this group of people. And I really couldn't tell you any Jew that would be like, yeah, the KKK is like, that's so my thing. Like, that's what I believe in. That wasn't the point Jamie was making. And unfortunately, all that is like clips of this, and it doesn't give you the full context. And I judged, like, and based on certain things, that if I had just taken the time to click on it and watch it, I would have felt very differently. The best example of that is that cartoon that he did with Natasha, that the thumbnail has like Nazi logos. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. And I saw that, and I didn't know Jamie was Jewish. And I was like, oh my God, the rumors about him are true. This guy is terrible. And I'm not easily offended. Like, it didn't like offend me, but I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me when I see people who aren't Jewish say ignorant things, because it happens. And it's like, really? Really? Like, I received an email about saying that the only reason I'm concerned with Natasha's money is because I'm a Jew. And I thought I knew who that came from, but I'm actually not so sure now. Not that it matters. It was in all caps. And I think that I might have blamed the wrong person, although maybe it was her. I don't know. I'm not talking about Loofah. This is somebody else. This was like when I first started on here. Or like, as a channel, I've been a lurker in this community, like, for years. So I've been around, but yeah. So, I get comments like that, and I'm not going to say that like it upsets me. Like, I'm not like triggered to the point like I need to, I don't know, cry about it or whatever. But I definitely get taken aback sometimes, because, I don't know. I thought like society was past that, but not even close. But that's, so the point is that, if you look at the ideologies of, like, there's a very big difference about being a part of a group, a hate group, like, classified by the Southern Poverty Law Center, and making some comments that could be perceived as racist. But he apologized. It's two different things. But you're stating definitively on Twitter that he is a white supremacist conveying hateful propaganda on his channel. So people are going to see that, and people get angry about stuff like that, right? Same thing that you did to Granny, where you were suggesting that Granny was, what was it? What did you tell her probation officer, Loofah? What was it? That she was what was it? Inciting people to indecently assault you. What was it? Was it that? I believe it was that, which Granny did no such thing. And that's a really serious accusation. So you're going to tell people that, and of course they're going to get outraged, because that's disgusting. Who does that? And, that is dangerous, because when people see stuff like that, you don't know who your audience is. You don't know who you're reaching. All it takes is one person who hears that, and like that triggers them so badly that they lose it, and they react. And that's a very dangerous game to play. And not only is it dangerous, it's slander. It's harassment, and it's lies. And like I said, please share this video with Team YouTube. I'm asking you to. Share my whole channel. I would love that because they can go through all of my content and they will find that I have done nothing to you at all. Okay? So I am doing this in a very respectful manner. I'm not calling you names. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not a threatening person. It's really like if I was, no, I'm not very threatening. I'm really just a very nice person to the point where it's sometimes problematic. Sometimes I wish I wasn't as nice as I am. But, here we are. But here's the thing, Loofah, is that you've harassed me and a lot of people at this point, but, you cross boundaries as well. And because I know that you cross boundaries, I feel like it is appropriate for people to know what's going on. Because my goal is for either people to interact with you, like, with that awareness that this can happen, because I didn't do anything to you, Loofah. Nothing. All I said was you have a funny name, because Loofah is a funny name. I'm sorry. It is, in my opinion. And just because I said that, all of a sudden I am what is it? Let's go through. What did you say about me, Loofah? Let's take a look, see, shall we? I mean, this is going to be in no particular order. Let's see. What's this one? Yes. So this is from, I believe, July 25th, and it says, reminder before you threatened my life, Bee, you could be emailed my policy from day one. You're just a bully. Literally nobody. And just a reminder, if you feel uncomfortable, is this an email you supposedly sent to me? Because Loofah, this is not an email I got from you. I've got many other emails from you. I thought I uploaded these. Wait. Did I not upload these? Boo. Anyway, Lycan showed them yesterday, so it's not like the biggest deal if I don't have these. Why didn't it? It better have uploaded my star witness here. Okay, well, whatever. So Lycan did that last night, so if you want to check that out, you can look at what I've been emailed. And then you went so far as to contact Natasha, because I guess I don't even know how this even happened. And it was as much a surprise to me as anything else. I was like, what is going on? So all of a sudden, I'm getting tagged by Natasha, and she's saying, BeePlus, you might bully Loofah into taking this down, but you won't me. After all the bullying and harassing you have done on your channel towards and about me, you want to cry like a baby over one video about you? Weak AF. You, along with your cronies, have dehumanized me for months to fit in with the bullying, mean girls crowd. You get one video calling out your behavior and lose your mind. Doesn't feel too good, does it? Tough shit. What video are you talking about? When did somebody call me out on my behavior? What behavior? Where you're telling me that I'm threatening your life and that I'm like, what some of these, what video? I didn't cry about any videos. What I made was a sarcastic comment, because the video that was posted was I think it was titled Buzz Buzz Splat, and it had my face plastered onto Amber Heard's about stepping on a bee, and I jokingly said, you're threatening my life, because that's how ridiculous the accusations that you're making sound, because nobody's threatening your life. And I could say something like that and you'd be like, oh my God, she's threatening my life. And nobody was. That was the joke I was making. Nobody was crying about anything. Nothing that you have said upsets me that much. What upsets me is the boundary crossing. And I've talked about that for a while. And, I'm actually kind of glad that a lot of this is coming to light, because I kind of kept quiet about it because I don't want to deal with it, because it invaded my personal life, my boundary, she crosses lines that shouldn't be crossed. She was the one who gave Natasha Granny's probation officer's info. And she is the one who called Granny's probation officer and said that Granny was doing basically the stuff that she now says about Lycan or me or whatever, or everybody who somehow says something that upsets her or doesn't do anything at all. And that's not okay either. It's not okay. And I know people usually blame Natasha, and they're like, well, she's the one who, put it out to an audience. Well, that's true. Yes. And people should hold Natasha accountable for that. Loofah's the one who gave it to her. And not only did Loofah give it to her, knowing exactly what she'd do with it, Loofah called herself and made some really terrible accusations about Granny's watching that weren't true. Sorry, not sorry. They're not true. I think, you you want to call people out for the behavior that they do on here. Fine. There's quite a bit of that. There's quite a bit to call Granny out about. Quite a bit that are true. So I don't know why we're resorting to these really horrible lies that are really serious things that I just so just a fair warning to people. She will cross those boundaries. She crossed boundaries with me as well. But whatever. Like I didn't bring attention to anything because like I just wanted it to stop. It's obsessive. I got so many emails, like some of the most ridiculous, but let's see. So she went right to Natasha and said that I was none of that happened. I was as surprised as anybody else. And so then there was a time that I'm mad that I didn't upload this. Let's see. What else is there on here that is and I mean, you basically you admit that, like, I think I can show the emails, the obsessive emails that I was getting, saying a whole bunch of nasty stuff. And now, well, I do know that, like, it's not illegal to email people or whatever. I'm not saying that like it's illegal. What I'm saying is that it's harassment and it's not acceptable, and people shouldn't be supporting this. I understand that you might not like Lycan, or back in over the summer you might not have liked Granny, but to support her when she's doing stuff like this is really not okay. I mean, it's obviously your choice to support her if you choose to, but encouraging this sort of behavior, just think about it for a few minutes, because that's what I'm saying. Like, if people don't call it out or say something, like, she's just it rewards her. It's like you can do whatever you want and people won't say anything because they don't want to deal with your fuckery. And while that's true, I'm also not going to stay silent. So, I'm not letting you're not going to win. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it being done to other people too. This needs to stop. This is a problem. This, my friends, is a community issue. And, like I said, you can bring attention to your channel. I'd love for YouTube to go through yours. I'm sure they'd be very interested because, you can delete things all you want. But yet again, let's see. I don't know why this didn't upload. Damn it. Okay, but that's fine. The focal point of my thing is great. Yeah, it's like the Granny Hates Emma account. She says, Granny's watching exposed you. And this is on July 21st. So I got all of these between July 21st and July 31st. So you're ugly like your mom. You're getting exposed. You're getting exposed. You're getting exposed on Saturday, July 23rd. Yeah. Are you e-begging so you can take crack to your mom? Crackhead Emma. Crackhead. Crackhead again. Ugly C word, just like your mom. And then there was one where she said that my channel sucked, and my response here was, cool story. Not sure what there is to expose about me, considering I have nothing to hide, no criminal record, no enemies in real life. Unless you plan to expose that I'm an upstanding, well-educated, caring person. I am good, but okay, carry on with your crazy threats like I care. Any publicity is good publicity, so please get my channel out there. Mention me all you want. I'd love that. Can't wait to see what lies you come up with. I bet you're hoping that there's something you could expose, but dig all you want. You won't find anything I'm ashamed of, and if you find anything at all. Clearly, you're an incredibly obsessed, unhinged person who no doubt struggles with severe mental illness, and I was raised to be kind to people like you, because you must really hate yourself or your life to do stuff like this. I'll admit, you make it difficult to be nice, but I'm better than you, so I'm not over here making dumb email addresses to harass people I don't know on the internet. I know who you are, too, so yeah, there's that. So I know you're a joke, and I mean that, because it gets to a point where when you're sending, like, multiple emails a day saying stuff like that, and then you're, saying this, so, the only person who was talking about this was you, Loofah, so... it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. So, BeePlus, nasty kiss ass, go e-beg for more money, can't afford to fly to Texas. Well, that's not true, Loofah. Loofah, I paid for my ticket to go to Texas. It was just unexpected, and it was not something I could budget for. And I bought the ticket without really considering any of the other factors, and was raising money for expenses while I was there. So, I don't know, I had a place to stay, food, stuff like that. That's all. And Nobody was like, it was just if you would like to donate. I really didn't even push it that hard, but that's okay. I think that says a lot about you, especially because of the reason I was going to Texas. But that's fine. And then we have all the screenshots of all of this, calling out Granny's watching about the warts and stuff, which, by the way, I believe is sexual harassment. Just like your whole thing with the little peanut now, which is also sexual harassment. So keep it up. What else do we have here? What's this one? All right. How about this? Oh, yeah, that one is the good one. So let's put that up on the screen, shall we? Okay. So I'm not entirely sure about who the people being mentioned in here are. I literally, I know the names. I know the, Snuffles, and I've heard the name Jamie and Vanessa and all of that, but I don't really have any opinions on it. I don't know them. So I don't know what this is in response to, but I did see it. And, for somebody who says that everybody else is threatening you, threatening your life, threatening to send people to, SA and stuff like that, serious accusations, claiming somebody is part of a white supremacist group. I found it interesting that you make this post saying, just came across this video. Why is no one scared of me? I have family members in the cartel M13, which she left out a letter there, but we all know what it means. I think it's MS13. And I still get harassed. You know why? Because trust me, the cartel doesn't give a F about YouTube beef. I need to call my cousin. Okay, well, that sounds very much like a threat to me. Now, I Googled M13 because I was, I've heard of it before, and I was curious as to what that was. So, and let me preface this. So, before she can be like that, I don't know, because the article I found, and it's from the BBC. I mean, there was a lot of credible sources, obviously. The Southern Poverty Law Center. Was it on Southern Poverty Law Center? No. But there's a lot of credible. Like, if I was to cite it from grad school, it would be kosher. But I chose an article from the BBC. So where'd it go? Wait, I literally just had it up here. So we're going to read a little bit about it because I wasn't familiar with them. So I wanted to know a little bit more about it. Like, obviously, we can all have preconceived notions about what something that, like, has the cartels is like, but I wanted to be sure that I was accurate in what I'm saying. So, oh my God, where is that? There it is. Okay. So, I'll post the headliner of it here so people can know that it's, this is the article that I'm reading. And it says, further down, it says, a reputation for extreme violence. The gang began in the barrios of Los Angeles and LA during the 1980s, formed by immigrants who had fled El Salvador's long and brutal civil war. Other members came from Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico. The MS stands for Mara Salvatrucha, said to be a combination, blah, 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 blah. So that's just saying that. And it says MS-13 established a reputation for extreme violence and for killing with machetes. It took root in neighborhoods dominated by Mexican gangs and later expanded to other parts of the country. According to the FBI, the gang has spread to 46 states. In 2012, the U.S. Treasury designated the gang a transnational criminal organization. It was the first street gang to receive the dubious honor, placing it alongside much larger international cartels such as the Mexican Zetas, Japanese Yakuza, and Italian Camorra. So, and this goes on and on and on about, about the gang. And actually one of the other subheaders is kill, R-word, control. Recent high-profile cases linked to the gang include the murder of 2 female high school students who were attacked with a machete and baseball bat as they walked through their neighborhood in New York last month, a revenge attack over a minor dispute, according to police. 4 alleged MS-13 members were charged with that crime. Another 2 alleged members were charged at the same time with the murder of a fellow gang member said to have violated gang protocol. The same month, 2 alleged members of the gang in Houston, Texas were charged with kidnapping 3 teenage girls, holding them hostage, R-wording them before unaliving one dead, or shooting one dead, and I don't. This isn't gonna get monetized anyway. On the side of the road. Miguel Alvarez Flores, 22, and Diego Hernandez Rivera, 18, laughed and waved at the cameras during their court appearance. MS-13's motto is, and this is a direct quote, kill, R-word, control, according to one FBI gang specialist who investigated the group. Now, I think that's all I need to say about that. So, as we can see in Loofah's post here, she is here saying that she has a cousin that's part of this group, and that, maybe she needs to give him a call. Well, Loofah, that sounds an awful lot like a threat to me, especially when this group is notorious for this sort of stuff. Now, before, because I know what the card that we're going to pull here, I know you're going to say that I'm, saying something because they're Mexican people or whatever. That's literally not the point of this, right? Like, that's not even close. Like really, that would just, like, I'm not saying at all that, because I'm putting myself in her brain, like trying to anyway, and thinking what she's going to say, and she's going to say that I'm suggesting that, or being racist because I said that. No, and nobody is saying that, all like making a stereo. Nobody is saying that. All I'm saying is that this is a gang that has origin, and I guess a lot of members from Mexico. I mean, obviously, I'm sure that's a minute part of the population, Mexican population here in the United States. I like, that's not even. I just know how she's going to twist it. But that would just suggest that you have stereotypes, not me. I'm just reading the facts here. So for you to say that you need to call, your cousin who's a member of it, you have family members. I've seen you actually threaten this before, but I wasn't familiar with what it was. But now that I am, I don't know, man. Like, for somebody who says that other people are threatening you and stuff and threatening your life, that right there sounds awfully threatening to people's life, if I'm honest with you. I'm gonna have to go get my laptop charger in a second. But I thought it was a good thing to point this out, because, like, you want to go on Twitter and draw attention to other people, supposedly, like, without any proof, mind you, because there isn't any. But would you like YouTube to come read this? Because I don't know. I think they'd have some feelings about it, because I certainly do. So this is just one of many. So I'm sure there might be other screenshots. Like, let me mute real quick so I can go get my my charger. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, I just wanted to point out that, you know, I have seen she makes these accusations, these serious accusations against people with zero proof whatsoever. Zero. The only parts, like any sort of proof that I've seen her post for Lycan, were clips from from videos that were made by people who don't like him. And I will be the first person to admit here that as a clip channel, I've done that, and you're gonna like people clip parts of things that they that they want to communicate. They don't put things in context all the time. I've been guilty of it too, and I I tried to stop doing that because I was like, you know what, I probably shouldn't. But some people, I mean, I just there's you know like the videos about like Natasha and stuff. I mean, no, I don't feel that I did that with that at all. But there were some other people that I do believe that the videos that the clips I did were not a good representation of the big picture. So so it's gonna make it look like he like look at the video that was made that was doctored into making it sound like Jamie had a relationship that was with a family member, like incestual. Like look at that. How real did that sound? It sounded pretty real to me. And if you aren't familiar with like editing, audio editing, video editing, you probably won't catch that that's fake. Because it's pretty well done, and it is fake. So I tend to question the stuff that I see because I know that that's being done to him. So I think it's time that this stops, and I think that it needs to stop because it is harassment. Okay? It's harassment. Nobody did anything. Like I didn't do anything to Loofah except say her name is funny. And I've gotten all of this. Like I literally Lycan showed a lot of the receipts that I have, and I don't know why it didn't upload a lot of them, but I assure you they're there. And if anybody, wants to question me, I've got them all. And that wasn't even a fraction of some of the, I mean, I have some video clips. I've got all sorts of stuff, which I don't think it is illegal to use somebody's voice on here, especially if I'm doing it fair use. I don't think it works like that. And like I said, you said it. You said it, not me. I didn't say it. You were the one who posted the video to a public platform. So, that's not my voice. So yeah, you know what? Maybe I will play it. Maybe I will. And it's just because if people, you want to look at it in the context, I mean, she's saying this about me, right? And then you look at the stuff that she's saying about Granny, and like, you don't have to like Granny, but I think and Granny does a lot of shitty things, but I think we all know that Granny isn't doing the stuff that Loofah has accused her of because, nobody's doing that to her. Now, when it comes to emails, I'm not so sure. And while I know that there are people that send shitty emails to people, and maybe she has gotten some emails from some unhinged people, that's entirely possible. But what Loofah is also famous for, and her and a friend of hers, now, I'm not sure if they do it to each other. I'm not sure how it works, but people need to be aware of the fact that it wouldn't be difficult for her to make an email, a separate email or whatever, and try and be sneaky and use some email service that nobody uses and whatever. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her because I haven't seen any of the stuff that she's claiming. And why would anybody write something like that? That just seems so perfectly crafted. You got to look at it that way, right? Like a normal person if it's like a natural flow of things, it wouldn't, that's like what I said about Douche Canoe, right? It was perfectly curated hate. It hit every box on the checklist of things that'll get an emotional reaction from people and get some outrage, right? And it was just it was too perfect. And that suggests to me that it's manufactured because anybody, it never hits all of that. And it was like every single point that she could possibly hit on, she did. Now, there was one of those emails that I think Lycan showed last night that I think may have come from somebody. Like the one I'm talking about is the one that says they're anonymous. I think that one quite possibly is from a troll. But the other ones, I don't believe it for a second. I do not believe that somebody sent that to her. I just don't. I'm sorry. No. Nope. Just like I don't believe that Natasha, just because she's like, well, I've talked to him on the phone. Duh. All you need is another phone with another number. Or you could, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that difficult to have somebody text you. Or, and she has 2 phones. So I'm like, it's not rocket science. I saw somebody, I was going through old screenshots, and one of them was like, well, Natasha's literally shown us Bee is so stupid. Natasha's shown us that she's had conversations. Yeah, that, do you know how you can have a conversation? Like, if you have 2 phones, you can have a conversation, right? Like, you do understand that, correct? You do understand that somebody else can be behind that, like, to set something up, right? Okay. And like I said, I'm unsure of whether it's these 2 people, because and I'm not going to mention the other person because that's not the purpose of this video, but I'm sure some people could figure out who I'm talking about. This other person makes some pretty similar claims from time to time, not nearly like this one though, but some similar ones, which then Loofah will be the first person to share and talk about. I'm just like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I know people in this community can be hateful, and I know that it's not uncommon to get like some weird emails and stuff, but nothing like that. Nothing like, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. And I think it's concerning. And I think people need to be aware of this pattern before they choose to support this and encourage it. And I think people really need to think about that, about whether this is something that they want to encourage. Because the more attention she gets doing this, the more she's going to continue. And I unfortunately know that it just escalates. And anybody could be next. Like, you really don't even have to do anything to her. Any sort of like injustice that she perceives, or mention her name at all, and you are opening yourself up to not only harassment, but the potential of real life boundaries getting crossed for literally no reason. And I'm aware of that going into this. So if I start to receive what because she's left me alone for a little bit now. I mean, this was over the summer, but it got to a point where I didn't want to check my email anymore because it was constant. And then there was another event that happened that I've talked about that really made me question if I even wanted to be on this platform at all. But then I thought to myself, that's just going to let her win. Just like I'm sure Granny felt very similarly when her probation officer was called with these accusations that are completely false. Lycan is being, accused of being part of like hate groups that he is not part of, just because you want to be vengeful and try to take his channel down. But you're not outraged about it, are you? You supported him prior to this, so what changed? You're not doing this because you give a crap. You're doing it because you've even, actually, I have a screenshot somewhere of you basically like being all proud of yourself and smug about it, being like, yeah, you know what? I did it. That's right. I'm sick of it. And it's the same stuff over and over and over again. And I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of this. This is not something that that should be tolerated, because the only person that's harassing anyone here, Loofah, is you. So, like I said, please you can bring my channel to YouTube's attention all you want. Bring your own channel to YouTube's attention too, though, because that's what, you keep adding them and stuff. So, I'm sure they'd love to see all of the stuff that you post, because you post some really, really awful stuff, unlike anything I've ever seen in this community. Unlike anything I've ever heard in this community. The clips that I have of what you've said about me saying are straight lies. And I've asked you for proof of it 1,000 times. And you say you have screenshots. Where are the screenshots? Still haven't seen them because they don't exist. They don't exist. The only time I started talking about you, Loofah, is when you started with this crap. When somebody mentioned to me, because I didn't subscribe to you. So somebody mentioned to me that you were claiming that I threatened your life. And I've never spoken to you. Or about you, literally just said that your name was funny, and I might have said something about your picture being filtered or something. I don't remember. I mean, I say a lot of things, neither of which are harassment or attacking. So I love it that you say that people are attacking you, and then you look at what you're saying, and it doesn't work. Like, no, somebody mentioning your name or showing something that you've said is not harassing or attacking you. Okay? What harassment is what you do to other people. And there is a very clear trail and heaps of evidence of it on here. So, I have at it, but I'm telling you, like, I have no patience for this at this point. What else do I have on here? But yeah, so this right here looks very threatening to me. So now that I know that what this group is, and you're saying you want to call a family member who's part of it, and no, that's not okay. That's a threat, Loofah. That's a violent threat. And I'm glad that I have that documented there. What else shall we play? I mean, like I said, guys, let's look. I mean, I can't upload it because it's too long, but I will upload it as a separate video so people can see it. But it is almost 5 minutes long. But I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna read to you. So this is I believe starting on August 1st, and it goes down to like it's basically like 2 weeks. So I mean, let's see. Let's see how many of these are about. So it's one of the videos. Trash me all you want, Granny's watching. Your words are fake shit or shit fake cancer. Granny wants to trigger a disabled woman. Ooh, I'm scared. Everyone knows, whatever. Granny's watching. The female misogynist. We call out abusive men. Monday, still no mention of the giveaway. Fraud Mills lies to his subs. Transparency, please. Dirty Merb doxes a sub on purpose against TOS. Allegedly then deletes. I didn't click on these, so I don't know the rest of it. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let me make something clear. It's not their fault. It's your responsibility. POS, Joe goes against TOS again. Comments are reportable. 33 people. But knock it off, CJ. If something happens to me or my family, I will blame you. Liar at Country Joe, bullying me. I'm disabled, saying I'm acting. But it's obvious, why at Country Joe and at Granny's Watching are irresponsible. There's more. I won't let you rewrite history. Blessed. Let's keep going. Wow, Saul Goodman's threats and targeted prolonged harassment. And then there's another one about me. The bzzz. Poor Saul Goodman wants forgiveness from Granny, V for V, and Natasha's haters. Saul Goodman admits he's not afraid to mention Natasha's daughter or family. Anyway, girl, you's in danger. He's not that into you. Run. Saul Goodman threatens Natasha. He's getting you next or something. Or sounds like a threat. You know what sounds like a threat, Loofah? Is what's on the screen right now. Making fun of CJ and her teeth here. Let's see. You Bugs Bunny looking mother effer. You have been bashing my... Oh, yeah, so there's is that Pastor Mel? I think it is. The potato covers for her vile child who encourage S. Nobody, like, who was encouraging that? Nobody was sending anybody to. Never seen this photo before of Granny's feet. Let's see. Please, Granny and V for V reunited to destroy evil. Granny tells a creator a faster way to unalive herself. Let's keep going. There's one about noodle mash there. You'll never silence me. This doesn't look shady at all. You are a creep. This is my opinion of the demonic pastor who has been harassing me. I didn't realize Pastor Mill was sexually harassing somebody. Okay. Pastor Mill abuses TOS, disabled, autistic, report his bullying and lies. So calling for people to report somebody. Okay. And there's a video. I wish I didn't record all of these, but I guarantee you if you clicked on that video, that's not what it would be, and whatever. Chromatown racially profiles me. Of course CJ supports this bigot. What am I supposed to look like? Racist? My family were immigrants, you moron. They hooked up with other races. Okay, so was that somebody saying that they couldn't be racist because they you belong to a group or whatever? Is that what you're saying here? Is that your excuse here? Okay. Let's continue. CJ never. Biggest bully on YouTube. Lies again. What? Let's see. Oh, right. I forgot that she called me a terrorist. YouTube terrorist, strike again. Yeah, I forgot. She did call me a terrorist. That's also another one. Yep, so, okay, cool. Listen, Rent-A-Cop, why don't you grow up and have some self-control? Or she took, what? Some of these don't even make sense. Quit threatening people you don't know if you don't have. That was about me. I actually have that one recorded. Hey, hypocrite Trisha. Natasha is not responsible for her what? Notice I have never been parodied here for a reason. Really? Let's see. My policy. Let's see. Oh, there's way more. We're just getting started. Demonic Mills abuses women. Demonic Mills abuses women, doesn't care about mental health or disabilities. Demonic Mills abuses women, in my opinion. Breaks TOS, dehumanizes. Pastor Fraud doesn't support bad behavior unless he likes you. Abuser, in my opinion. Demon Pastor Mills. Ratchet Awards, right? Today's Truth Bomb. Granny's Watching's Basic Bitch. Just some Bible verses about humiliating and slandering people. Wow, did you make that like to remind yourself? Because you should really take a look at that too. Who can GW dehumanize and humiliate again? She needs her fix. Okay. Are you okay, dehumanizing NC GW B. Oh, okay. Are you calling Granny's Watching fat here, Loofah? I think you are. Yeah, all right. So she's calling Granny's Watching fat. That's interesting. Let's see here. For somebody who says that they're like, why do you poke the bear like this? Nobody would bother you if you weren't like, like if anybody's bothering you or like responding. Now, responding is not harassing or bothering you, Loofah. Let's make that very clear right now. But why do you poke the bear and call people fat and talk about their genitals and, call them all sorts of like say that they're part of hate groups? Why do you do that and then cry victim when they respond to you? It makes no sense. Let's see. CJ, dehumanizing a disabled person. It's hate speech. Check terms of service. You want to know what else is hate speech? Slandering and threats? I don't know. I think we've shown plenty of that. Let's keep going. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to speak up against this vile behavior. Report it to TOS. Let's see. Granny Subs going real life on Gentleman Jack. Time to call law enforcement. Okay. So here she is encouraging people to call law enforcement on Granny's Watching, who apparently somebody supposedly went real life on Gentleman Jack. Now, I was part of that community at this time. I don't remember that. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a screen recording, so I can't look at the content that's on this, but I'm just reading the titles. After party at Walmart, Granny celebrates being off probation. Let's see. When you have no class, celebrate being off probation. Granny trashes the disabled. Granny, your days are numbered. Is that a threat too, Loofah? Kelly the Advocate supports a homophobic racist. Let's see. What else do we have here? Please don't leave long-ass comments. I don't read them anyway. Please do something else. Yeah, we would like it also if you did something else with your time, Loofah. How come the ugliest always have a lot to say on people? Let's see. Dumbest criminal ever? GW announces criminal intentions, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay. Let's see. What else is... Really? Really, Loofah? Are you doing some marketing tutoring here? Profit and pricing explained for a third grader? What do you know about that? Profit, is it the 4 P's? Profit, product. No, it's actually, I don't think it's profit. Product, placement, pricing, and promotion actually would be the correct 4 P's of marketing. But that's okay. Let's see. Granny Simpson sheep wait with bated breath. And I think that one includes something with my face tune on it. More context. Sounds like the whole family has issues with bigotry and racism. BeePlus. I don't know you. Keep my name out of your mouth. Keep my name out of your mouth. Sweetheart. I wasn't talking about you. You're the one who talks about me obsessively. Like, literally, I've only addressed you a handful of times because you go real life, and it is not okay. It is absolutely disturbing and it shouldn't be okay. Granny's watching, going real life on a minor. Let's see. Let's continue. Voices for the racists. Being a racist. All right. We're not even halfway done. Let's see. Stop online harassment. Yes, I agree, Loofah. Stop your online harassment. Oh, yeah, if anybody feels uncomfortable. She says, if anyone feels uncomfortable about being in one of my videos, let me know and I will delete said video. Pretty sure a lot of us have said that they're so Lycan, you hear that? That's her policy from day one, she says. So if you're uncomfortable being in her videos and her community posts, you just need to let her know and she'll take them down. So why don't you give that a try and see if she stands for anything at all. Pretty sure I asked her to stop several times, and so did Granny's Watching, and so is Lycan, and so is everybody else that she's done this to. Pretty sure we've all said, please stop. In fact, I have it clearly documented because I needed to document it like that. Because when it continues after I've asked it to stop, that's taking it to another level too. So, here she is talking about Granny's private parts again. Let's see. Ready to hand over my devices. California law, because that's proof I didn't break crimes. So here's her justifying why she called Granny's probation officer. So she's highlighting the fact that it says probation violations occur whenever someone who has been sentenced for a crime breaks the conditions of their probation. You can report suspected violations by speaking to that person's probation officer or by calling the police. Yeah, but if it's lies, how is that okay? It might not be illegal, Loofah, but it's not okay. And you would be screaming on the top of your lungs if somebody did something like that to you. You would be the first one to come on here and be like, look at what they've done. But you cross boundaries all the time, and I will go there if I have to. Let's see. And I literally had no opinion on Loofah. It was literally brought to my attention that she was saying I was threatening her life, and I was like, excuse me? Granny's Watching being homophobic. This is hate speech. Granny's Watching is down with the N-word and R-word as long as you don't say it something. Granny's Watching using black man to help her look good. Okay. Let's see. McTweaky, the felonous POS granny for entertainment purposes only. What? Do you guys see this? Again, felonous grannies obsessed with gay people. I see a pattern. And none of her proof is ever like what she claims in the title. I want to make that very clear. Like some of it, I mean, like they say, a clock is right 2 times a day, but a lot of it is just straight up lies or taking somebody's words and twisting them into. I mean, I feel like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that, but because she's going after somebody you don't like. I do see several people supporting her, and I just want people to keep this in mind. Granny, how we know Granny lies. Okay, let's see. The STD song where she has face-tuned Jessica's face onto something. Okay. Today, doubling down on the lie. Granny's lying, part 2. Disgusting. Granny, look what you made me do. For entertainment purposes only, allegedly. Is Granny's Watching homophobic? Do you consider this a slur? Did Granny's Watching break Pennsylvania theft by deception laws? Here she is face-tuning Jessica's face onto... This is literally 6 videos of her putting Jessica's face onto other things and making fun of her. Congrats. Good to hear that you only have... God. I don't even want to say that word. It's about her private parts. Full-blown liar. Granny's Watching lies again. Okay. Granny's Watching goes full Karen. HPV can be a sexually transmitted. The felon breaking laws. Okay, talking about that again. GW, when your STD affects your brain. Okay. The felon breaking more laws. Granny needs to be locked up. All right, so I just want to make it clear that, as you could see with the example I showed you with myself here, Loofah went to Natasha and claimed that all of this stuff was happening to her that didn't happen. And then Natasha, calls for people to call someone's probation officer, which I don't think is right. I don't care if you like the person or not. I really don't. Like, that's not okay. Just like it's not okay to call people's family members and claim that they're harassing, bullying, stalking, purposely bringing up your SA trauma and stuff when you've never spoken to them. It's weird, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. You can't do that to people. Nobody does that to you. Nobody. Yep, so let's keep going. The felon being a felon, more face tuning stuff. I mean, the real pest. Granny's watching, says she's going to exterminate. Okay, that's a joke, Loofah, and I'm sure. But see, that's what she's saying, though, because, pesky, exterminate, right? So she's using that, claiming that that was a death threat as well. So, okay, cool. Do you understand why I would parody that, saying that because you said you're going to step on a bee? Do you guys get what I'm putting down here? I'm just matching your energy here. Let's see. There's more. We're not even close to done. Dun dun dun. What? Voice for the voiceless. This comment is racist. Are you saying Mexico or whatever? See, that's why I know that she's going to say that, because I bring up a gang. I'm suggesting that all Mexicans are in a gang, and that is not at all true. Like I said, it is a very, 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 very small portion of the Mexican American people in this country that are part of a gang. Come on now. It's not my fault that's the article said that's its origin. I'm sorry, it is. Just like it would be the origin of the KKK to be in this country. You know what I mean? Please do not twist my words. Trigger warning. Mental illness does not make you a racist. What? What? Okay, guys. So according to Loofah, mental illness does not make you a racist. All right, that sounds legit. Oh God. GW's fake vacation. Show some sand as proof you left the basement. Repeat simp offender. Proof that Granny's watching can lie to her subs. If you's not simping, you're not pimping. Okay. Let's continue. Let's review Granny's Watching's week. A whole video on it. Okay. More calling out subscribers. When Granny needs a cancer stick, Crapton gets caught sliding into unmasked DMs. The revenge of Red Kim. All right, so she's obsessed with that too. Okay. Okay, so here she is saying that because she's never choked anybody when she's had a seizure, then therefore nobody could have possibly, it couldn't be at all possible that everybody has different experiences. I hate when people do that. They're like, well, I have that and that doesn't happen to me. Well, are you everybody? Like, nobody's experience is like cookie cutter. That's not how it works. But okay. What? Oh, saying that, she's bipolar, therefore people can't hold her accountable. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Let's see. Never before seen footage of Granny's watching in her natural habitat with, more rude memes. What? Granny's watching. Calling out her views. Okay, cool. Voice for the voiceless. The truth about protected classes and Americans with disabilities. Okay. Well, isn't that what you screech about all the time? I don't get it. Granny's age progression. See description for please. Why? Who has the time to do that? Wow. Okay. And this was just within 2 weeks of it's obsessive. You have no. It's too much. Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody. Nobody is harassing anybody but you, Loofah. Nobody. This, on all the videos that I'm not reading, because they don't have titles that are that descriptive, but it's literally Granny's face plastered on the things. Yeah. So, as you can see, it's a bit obsessive. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And like I said, I'm only calling this out because I'm tired of it. I'm seeing it and it's escalating again. And I know where this leads. And as part of this community and somebody who's seen stuff, like, I'm around. I mean, I don't catch everything, obviously, but I think I catch enough that I know when something isn't happening. And I want people to, um, I'm not saying that people don't receive crappy emails. They do. I've received many. Some of them from Loofah, actually. But that being said, some of the ones that I've seen are just too. It's they don't feel right. They don't feel legit, and Loofah has done this before. So please keep that in mind when you're. I don't feel like this needs to be encouraged. I feel like it is very easy to support something when it's done to someone you don't like, simply because of that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, part of me in my head, I'm like, I thought about, I was like, do I even want to mention Granny? Because, like, I don't, but I'm like, you know what? No, what happened to Granny wasn't okay, regardless of whether you like her or not. I mean, she was lied on. Like, Loofah did her dirty, and I do respect her for saying that yesterday, because it would be real easy for her to just let people who support her flock to Loofah now. And I was interested to see how that played out, because I mean, I know the truth. I know what Loofah did to her, and I think most people do as well. But the calling, the obsessive calling, that's classic Loofah, classic. Because she wants to poke the bear. She wants to say all of this stuff about people. But if you dare say even her name, she's even said in a post lately that, I'm going to make you sorry you ever said my name. That's a threat too. You can't just go and, like, tell on people on YouTube, but you're not telling on people, Loofah. That's the thing. You're lying. You're making stuff up. All YouTube has to do is go and look, and they'll see that, like, nobody is saying anything about you that's not in your own words, or the truth. I'm not over here discriminating against, like, anybody for any, like, that's not at all true. I think people know that. I mean, you can't twist this in any way. I'm calling you out because this behavior is disturbing. I think, honestly, some people do have a very good case for harassment. And I think it's ironic that you're calling for takedowns of channels for quote unquote harassment when you harass them. And all I want is for it to stop. And I know that by posting this, I know what's going to happen. But I'm documenting it. And we can go down that road if we have to. Because, yeah, I'm not going to be quiet this next time. If this happens again, I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm going to call it out. Because I'm not, like I said, if I'm quiet about it, that just makes them think they won. They shut me up. They got what they wanted. I'm not giving people what they want. In fact, Loofah actually posted one of my favorite memes the other day, because I was looking through it. I was taking a look for myself at some of the stuff, because I'm like, I want to be informed when I talk about it. If it's not harassing, then, I'm not going to mention it, but it's most certainly harassing. But she's like, I will not stay quiet so you can stay comfortable. Well, yeah, damn Skippy. Me too. Back at you, girl. Just watch what happens, though, guys. Keep your eyes open. See what happens. The minute you open your mouth about this, just watch what starts to happen. And I think it's pretty clear as to what the truth is going on here. And it's not okay. Because when you accuse people of serious stuff like that, and you're broadcasting it to the internet, first of all, not only is it lies, and you're calling for, like, cancel culture based on stuff that didn't happen or isn't happening, or, you're claiming like people are threatening your life when nobody's done that. Like, I would literally never. And I know, because if I recall correctly, what you told GW's probation officer is that she was encouraging people to essay. Like, that's horrifying. Like, who says that? She never said anything like that. Like, that's not even twisting her words. That's just a straight up lie. And I think people know that I would not stand up for her if it wasn't, because Granny's watching is not somebody that I'm gonna go to bat for, But right is right and wrong is wrong, and she got done dirty, and I'm not cool with how that happened. In fact, if people don't believe me, I wanted to get some of that, but it wouldn't let me upload some of it for some reason. But The video that I did showing, when NC went real life on GW with the whole thing, she does admit in that video that Loofah was the one who gave her that information. Plus, I just read the title. I mean, she admitted it herself. So, that's who you're dealing with here. You're dealing with somebody who will, like, contact people in their real lives and, like, things that could really affect them based on lies. And you don't know who's going to listen to that and be like, oh my God, this guy's a white supremacist. And, if anybody's putting anyone's life in danger, and I know that maybe this is it's you. You can't say stuff like this about people. It's really, it's not okay. It's not okay. And I'm not saying that people can't be on the internet and whatever. And I know it's not reasonable to say that somebody should not be on. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that, like, this behavior can't continue. And, like, if there's stuff that's done, like, I don't know how, like, you can't, you're not supposed to make, what is it, videos about, like, somebody 3 days in a row or whatever. I mean, I think I just proved going through that, and I have it all recorded, that, if any, like, the definition of harassment, making 3 videos in a row about the same person. I mean, well, what did you do? You're doing it to Lycan now. You did it to Granny before that. You've made several about me in a row. And all of it's made up. Like, in one of the videos, what were you saying? You were saying that, what was it? Maybe we should listen to it. I mean, you were saying some not so nice stuff about me. Let's see. Which one is it? Is it this? Why is it? I said no Bluetooth. Hopefully this is the right one. So these are her videos, right? So
you're sitting there on your soapboxes and crying about Robbie and Lycan, which I'm no fan of. But you know what? You guys are even worse than them, because you guys take advantage of the mentally ill. You use it for entertainment.
Isn't that what you're saying about Lycan now in some way, shape, or form? And how would I ever use something like that as entertainment? I myself struggle with mental illness, Loofah. And I myself, have been diagnosed with things that, I think you should know about. And I don't come on here and behave like that. And I would never use someone's mental health as entertainment. That's sick. Like, the only person who continuously brings up your mental health is you. And then because your behavior is obsessive, then yeah, of course your mental health is going to come into, like, the conversation, because, like, no normal person does this.
Granny, you used me for entertainment to drag me. And BeePlus, stop acting innocent. I have the screenshot of you threatening me to release personal information that you've been sitting on. That your little friend Jessica gave you.
She didn't give me anything.
Well, release it, bitch, because obviously you got the wrong girl. And
literally didn't happen. Okay? Literally didn't happen. Nobody sent me anything about her. I don't have any information about Loofah. I don't care to have any information about Loofah. I'm still waiting for those screenshots. Still waiting. But yeah, that's number one. I mean, let's continue.
Be nothing. Be shit. Be a liar. Be an instigator. Be a hoe.
It's about
anyway,
me.
Girl, you did threaten me.
When?
As a survivor of sexual abuse, or SA, whatever you want to call it.
Like I said, her words, not mine, on here. Okay? Her words. So she's going to come over here and she's going to say, like, this stuff about her personal life and the stuff that she's been through. And Loofah, I'm really sorry that you've had to go through that. That's, that nobody should have to go through that either. But nobody was mentioning that. I didn't even know that. Okay? Like, you're saying that I know that, and I'm, like, saying stuff, and I hadn't said anything at this point. Like, at all.
When someone threatens to release information on you, you're damn fucking right you're threatening my life.
How?
You don't know what the fuck I've been through.
And I played these before, but you don't know what anyone's been through on here. And I never threatened to release anything. When did I do that? And that's the delusional stuff. And I mean, it continues, and that's literally like the stuff that I'm getting. And then on top of that, I'm getting, she's like asking Natasha to go after me, and you know, this is how she works on this, and it's not okay. Now, I would never, ever, ever, like, and I'm like I said, nobody's using that sort of trauma against her. No decent person would. I haven't seen it. Nobody I'd associate myself with would take something like that that's happened to somebody and use it against them. That's horrible. I'd call that out. But nobody's done that. The only person who keeps bringing it up is her. And like I said, I'm very sorry that, you know, that's gone on in your life. That nobody should have to go through that. I'm so sorry. But I certainly did not, you know, threaten your life or threaten to release information about you. I don't know anything about you. I still don't. Like your personal information. I don't know anything about that. Except what you choose to share on here, which is quite a bit. You know? So if somebody like you, and that's what she does though. She'll release stuff like that. And then when somebody repeats it, she'll be like, oh my God. But it's like, you said it. Now, I'm not going to go there because that's not something I'm comfortable talking about on here about anybody. But, you know, if somebody does, I mean, you put it on here. It's a public platform. This isn't like your private Facebook. You don't have any expectation of privacy on here. That's not how it works. And if you upload it in your channel, any of that can be played. Any of it. Like, that's just how this works, right? So, not really sure. I'm over it, guys. I'm over it. And I'm tired of it being done to people that I care about and people that I know are not guilty of those things. And what's being done to Lycan now is gross. You know, that on top of that is also, in my opinion, sexual harassment. You know, you continuously bring up his genitals. You continue to call him Lil Peanut. And we all know what that's in reference to. We all know that what you're doing is like trying to emasculate him. And you're just going on and on and on about it. And it's obsessive. It's weird. And, you know, it's like every title I read is something about his genitals and then calling him a racist or saying that he's part of, you know, the KKK, which he's Jewish. So, I mean, I'd love to. He made a good point last night. It's like, you know, if he would go up to somebody who's a member of that and say, hey, I want to join your group, but just heads up, I'm Jewish. You know, I'm pretty sure their reaction, you know, and he's right. I mean, he might get beat up for that. They don't like Jews. And you're speaking to somebody's ideology and their beliefs, and you can't speak to that based on a comment that was made, and not even a comment. It was supposed to be satirical, basically making fun of the ignorant Fs that are racist like that. That was the point of it. But clearly people don't understand that. And, you know, when it's explained in a certain way, even I bought into what it was. And then I saw it and I was like, okay, maybe it's not that. I don't, you know, I'm like, okay, I get what this is now. And like I said, tomorrow I have a very special song for everybody. Very special. And I'm very excited to sing it to everybody. And not well, mind you. So I'm like, oh God. Yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting. And then it's a great example though of what satire is. And making fun of a problematic group. It's not in support of it. It's making fun of people who are into that kind of thing. And I believe those people do deserve to get made fun of, because how ignorant. And that's just where I'm at with that, you know? I feel like I had other stuff to show, but this is already getting to be pretty long, and I know how long this takes to upload, and I am like in no mood to wait for that. I've got a ton of stuff to do today. Like I said, I'm driving to New Jersey tomorrow morning, so I've got a lot of stuff to do before that. And yeah, was there anything else I had on here? I swear I uploaded this. But maybe I didn't. That's lame. I was excited for that one. Yeah, I kind of I wanted to address some of this stuff, and I do have a ton more. And I think Lycan did show a lot of it yesterday. And like I said, I am be more than happy to provide whatever I need to anybody who needs it, because I did start documenting it over the summer. because it got to a point where it was crossing boundaries, and I'm like, I don't have to put up with this. Like, I don't have to sit here and allow myself to get harassed. Like, no. So I'm going to start documenting it. And I did. In fact, I even said that to her because I did actually respond to her in that first one where she said I was threatening her life. And then she deleted my comment. All right. And I watched this happen in real time. And then not only did she delete my comment, but then she twisted it into that I had said something else about her that was harassment. And I was like, oh my God, I see what just happened there. And so I just started documenting everything. My own comments to her, any response I made, I screenshot all of it. Because if there ever comes a time that I need to prove, anything, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it ready. Because you don't get to do that to people. It's messed up. It's not appropriate. We can do drama. This is a drama community. But, if you want to be part of a drama community, you can't, cry victim and like twist these elaborate, scenarios up that aren't true because you're mad at somebody, because you're mad somebody said that your name was funny. It's not, no reasonable person would do that. And like, I just feel that it's important. Like, if you're supporting that, like, just know you're supporting somebody who's out of control. And, it's all fun and games until you become the target. And I assure you, it's not pleasant. I assure you that nobody deserves this level of harassment at all. Nobody. I don't care. Like, nothing I have seen would warrant this. And like I said, yeah, it is all fun and games until you happen to be the target. And I've seen her go after subscribers too. So, you never know. You don't even have to do anything. Put a sponge emoji. She might, you catch her on a bad day. Next thing you know, she's making 100 videos about you and community posts, and then deleting all of it, and then making more, and then plastering your face onto every video that she possibly can. And it's really not okay. It's not. And I feel like, if anything is a community issue, this is potentially one of them, considering that as a community, I feel like, I understand that the bar is real low, but we shouldn't be okay with this. And nobody has to sit and suffer in silence being harassed like this because they're afraid of backlash. And that's exactly what goes on with this. Nobody wants to deal with this. And it's calmed down, and I haven't been the target for a while, but I know as soon as I upload this, there's going to be that target on my back. But I will continue to document everything that happens. And I will continue to, I'm not going to be silent and not put out what I need to show people what's going on here. Because there's a pattern of behavior that I think people need to be aware of. And it's not okay. And I know the next step is that on Twitter, she'll be saying that I did something to her. But like I said, I'd be more than happy for YouTube to go through my content. That's fine. Fine with that. Go through this video. If you feel that I've done something that's harassing, if you feel that I've, the only topics that's been is out of her own mouth. And like I said, this is a public platform. If you put it out onto a public platform, there's no expectation of privacy. So if you want to bring up those details and it happens to be a video where you're making false claims about me and I play it and I'm doing fair use, just doing the audio, pausing it, it's really nothing illegal about that or against TOS, but nice try. And I certainly won't be making any more videos about this. I don't make community posts about you. I don't, I don't target at all. I'm just, my channel's kind of eclectic at this point. I do a good mix of a lot of stuff, and I'll address things as it becomes necessary to address them. And I honestly don't have a solution. I don't know what can be done because, like I said, you can't control who's on the internet, and you can't tell somebody they can't be on the internet. But I will say that encouraging and supporting doesn't give people an incentive to stop what they're doing, if that makes sense, right? So, and of course, that's everybody's choice. Like, I'm not telling anybody who they can't support or whatever. Like, you do you. But that it's up to you. I just think people need to know the facts. They need to see that this has been done to many people on both sides, on all sides, all around, and it'll continue to happen when she gets this attention. I've noticed that when like the attention kind of dwindles, she kind of stops for a little bit, but it just continues to escalate, and like the allegations are just getting more and more ludicrous, and it's going to get to a point where something bad happens to somebody who really doesn't deserve it. Whether it be, they they get a whole bunch, like, you know what I mean? You can't say somebody's doing all that and then you're poking the bear. You're talking about people's genitals obsessively. Like I just showed that over the summer you were doing it to Granny, and now you're doing it to Lycan just as obsessively. And you can't do that and then get upset when they do a response. Like, that's not how it works, okay? Okay. So as long as we have that out of the way, we have that understanding. That's great. This is the only video I'm going to do on this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Because none of us have to just be silent about things that happen to us on here. And that was one of my biggest drawbacks is, and I've been open about this, that when a particular event happened, I wasn't sure how to proceed because I didn't want to come on here and talk about it because I didn't want them to know that it had affected me. But then I realized, like, people need to know if somebody's capable of crossing boundaries and going real life, and if they do it frequently. And I'm going to be right here. I'm going to say it straight up. Loofah does it a lot. She has no problem doing it. She has no problem reaching out to your family members. She has no problem reaching out to your probation officer. She has, and she feels that she's justified in doing it. Now, I don't know if she truly believes these lies and delusions. I mean, maybe she does. Maybe in her head, this is very real. And, that must be a very difficult way to live. But at the same time, it doesn't make it okay to treat people and harass people. That's still not okay. Or if she knows that she's lying, I mean, then that's not okay either. But there isn't an excuse to harass and abuse people. I'm sorry, there just isn't. And I'm really tired of that card being played of, well, I'm mentally ill, so it's okay. I'm mentally ill, so you can't hold me accountable for that because I'm mentally ill. Well, I guess by all, I'm mentally ill too, right? Like, I have clinical depression, ADHD, mood disorder. I mean, like, but I don't come on here acting like a lunatic and poke the bear and then be like, no, guys, you can't call me out because I'm bipolar. Can't call me out. Nope. No, that would be silly, right? If I know that that's where I'm at and I can't handle it, then I'm not going to poke the bear. And I understand, you have free speech, but so do the rest of us. So do the rest of us. And people shouldn't have to keep it like the stuff. I think people, like, I just imagine dealing with this day in and day out every single day over and over and over again. You have no idea. You really, like, it's really, it's upsetting. It's upsetting. And then you have her making comments like, that she has cousins in like a violent gang and that she needs to give them a call, or family members. I don't remember. I think in another post she said her cousin. She's actually mentioned this a few times, but that's the only one I could find that I had screenshotted. And I'm glad I did. But, like, you're threatening that. And because I know that you follow through on your threats, Loofah, because you've done that, you've crossed those boundaries, that doesn't make me very confident that that's just you talking. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is I just want people to be aware. Obviously who you support is your choice. Obviously who you enjoy is your choice and completely up to you. But I do think that people need to be aware when there are people that do cross these boundaries, because, people have the right to know that they need to proceed with caution. And that's exactly what the purpose of this is. And also to put out kind of some of the evidence that I have, and the stuff that Lycan put out yesterday was from me. I don't care if people know that. Because I've been documenting it. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to come out here and like bully or harass people. And bullying and harassing is not asking. I literally have a post where I ask you to stop. In fact, it's in your own video. It was in your own video where I said, Loofah, please leave me alone. And then you continued. So I'm not really sure how, like, I'm being painted as the bully or the one who's harassing. It makes no sense. It doesn't, like, you can't make that make sense. But, that's not up to me to decide. I mean, I think it doesn't take like a rocket scientist to look into that. So all people would have to do is take a look at everybody's channel, right? Because we're all creators here. So, and then they can see what's what. They can see what's what. And I mean, I have a ton more I could say, but I do need to get going. I didn't realize how late it was. I have a lot to do today. Crap. Okay. Well, I'm going to upload this and I will see you all very, very soon. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, we have some fun here, and make sure you're at Lycan's karaoke tomorrow, because I'm going to be making a guest appearance that I know you won't want to miss and clip because, yeah, it'll be clip worthy, I assure you. But I think I'm very comfortable making a point on this, and there's a point to be made. So be there, or else, dun dun dun. All right, guys, have a great day.